I think it's genetic. I mean, you can learn the craft of humor writing, but unless you attract these people and the situations that seem to evolve, it's really hard. But growing up as a Southerner, grew up in Georgia, South Carolina. Now I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. The people are really colorful, and my relatives are great storytellers, and they're all super funny. They're much funnier than I am, especially my sister. I've written about her plenty. My first husband, he was very enthusiastic about the act. This is television. People always would say, "Not tonight, honey, I have a headache." But I was trying to diet. I'd had two kids and failed Weight Watchers. So I said one night, "No, wait till I'm a size 6." And it sort of stuck. And I knew that that would be a title of a book, because so many women, for some reason, size 6 is the goal. Now, my motto is nobody wants a bone but a dog. So I'm happy to be an 8, 10, 12, vacillating between the different sizes. The older you get, you have to choose your face and not your behind. The makeup counters can be intimidating, Jake. Before I became one of them, which was kind of a crazy foray into a career I didn't know much about, I I would walk by there and I was scared to death that they would lure me in and then I would leave, with $800 missing from my First Citizens account, because they're beautiful, they're stylish, and they can certainly talk you into products. And a lot of the products are really good. Um, so I just wanted to share that experience. Like you said earlier, I've not read a lot of articles that draw in that industry, the billion-dollar beauty industry. You'll read novels set at hair salons. There was a really good one years ago, and you might read novels set at other places, but I've not run into one that featured makeup counters. And I knew that that was something different, and that's why I included it. And to add levity to a tough topic, I used humor in dialogue and side characters and characterization. I It is really hard, even though people say I'm good at this, you know, interjecting humor in serious topics, but it's such a delicate tightrope. I feel like I need safety nets, and sometimes it doesn't work, and I have to go back through and rip out chapters. It seems too slapstick. You just don't want to go down that road. So the book is more serious than the usual fare that I've done, but it is infused with humor. I set the novel at the makeup counters, and when I was laid off by the big bad Gannett newspapers for being an old woman, somehow I became a makeup artist for Lancome Cosmetics. Some people call it Lancome. My mother thought it was a lamb and she called it Lambcomb. So I was a makeup artist, and that lent a lot of authenticity to those scenes at the counter. And it was really fun setting parts of the book at the makeup counters, because the rest of the subject matter was truly heartbreaking. However, I can't write misery nonstop. So the book is filled with hope and humor. And it was close to home for me. It's fiction, but it was close to home. For instance, one of the characters that I put in The Beautiful Misfits was somebody that I actually waited on or helped at the makeup counter. She was in her 80s, and her husband had passed away a few years back. So she would have a date for breakfast, a male companion date for breakfast. She would have a male date for lunch. Not that she ate the dates, but they would take her for the meals. And then she would have a dinner date. And she bought this cream our stuff costs a lot at Lancome, and she bought this lifting and firming cream, but she didn't use it on her face. She told us it did wonders for her sagging boobs. So she made us a lot of money because she would buy a jar of that every few days. And she made a cameo in The Beautiful Misfits. You have to dig deep, and you cannot be too afraid of offending someone, but ask your relatives first, ask your friends first, because I learned that the hard way with that sorority girl. But I recommend disguising them as best you can. Learn that the hard way. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do this, Dig in.
Yeah.
Tell your truth. Laugh at yourself. I think self-deprecation, I give my character self-deprecation because I feel like when I was growing up and insecure, I used that a lot as a way to fit in. I think I'm a misfit. I think a lot of writers are misfits. And that is terrific.